Hello, good evening, everybody. This is your boy, Pastor Santa Cameau, and I'm with my co-host, my brother.
What up, y'all? This is your co-host, Rickard, Jean-Noel. Welcome you to the third season, episode 11 of The Real Word. Shout out to everybody that's been watching. Shout out to everybody that's been supporting. Shout out to everybody that's been helping to push the movement. We on our 11th episode of the third season. That's over 70-something episodes, man. And God's good, because without God, we would not have gotten this far. Shout out to everybody that supported our last episode. It did over 25,000 views on Facebook with just me and my brother. Shout out to everybody that's been supporting the YouTube. That's www.youtube.com/TheRealWordTV. Shout out to everybody that's followed us on Instagram at The Real Word TV. And shout out to the Brick Network for having us on every Thursday at 4 p.m. on cable television. Check your local listings. But enough about us. We have a special guest today. What's your name, sir? Well, you got to use the mic, man.
My name is Richard Gerard.
Shout out to Richard. I know Richard from, we used to work together at a certain company. We're not going to shout them out because, you know, they're on the back end. So shout out. So shout out to everybody that I met at that company, and shout out to Richard for coming up today. And shout out to my co-host Sanders. What up, Sanders?
Pretty good, no complaints at all. So tell the people about yourself.
Well, my name is Richard. I am a social altruist. That means I fight for people and everything about them.
Like what? Explain that to people. Someone that would not know.
Social justice, well-being. When we look at ourselves and we look at everything that's inside of us, there's things that make us feel good. There's things that make us feel bad. But most of the things that make us feel good is our well-being, our health, our family, our environment, our culture, the people that are around us. So as a social altruist, what I look at is trying to make those things greater, increasing well-being and increasing healthiness.
Wow. Yeah, and you've become some kind of like social activist over the past few, what, should I say months, years?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I think I've been doing it for a long time.
What gives you the strength to do that? Because that's not an easy thing to do. It's kind of like you're sort of like a martyr, right?
Sort of like a martyr in that I look at we should pay everything we do. We should pay it forward. We should pay it forward. If I can't give Rickard the $5 that I borrowed from him yesterday, I can give it to Sanders. Sanders might need it for something, and it all got taken care of. When we do things every day, when we smile at somebody, when we open the door for somebody, all those things, we do that. That makes us an activist. So we fight for well-being, housing. We used to do that.
Yeah, of course.
Housing, food. I used to do that. I used to want to work at a food co-op in Milwaukee, and it was food. One of the basic things that we all fight for all the time is food.
Yeah.
And here in New York, it's hard to find a grocery store, and we always have to go into a deli.
At least a good one, right?
Right. Yeah. We always have to go into a deli, and if they don't have what they want, they all have the same thing. So we have to like food safety.
Wow. So let me ask you a good question. So you said that it's people fighting for food. In what case and how so? Because in what situation are they trying to fight for food in New York City? I'm just asking.
Yeah. In New York, we have like
City Harvest.
City Harvest, exactly. City Harvest has lots of food stands, and this summer they just were able to accept, or actually last summer they were able to accept food stamps, so you can get organic food at low cost at the City Harvest stations. That they usually set them up on Fridays all around the city. That way, low cost. A lot of the times when we go into the store, when we buy a banana, I mean it costs 50 cents is not a lot of money.
Yeah.
Right. But that banana probably only costs like 5 cents.
Okay.
So when we spend that 50 cents,
It's actually free. Because I remember when I went to Belize, and people was basically climbing trees for like mangoes, bananas, coconuts, you name it. Like if you wanted it, you just tell a local island person, hey, I want that. And they climb in the tree and get it for you, throw it down.
Right. Yeah, and then we pay 50 cents for some guy in the corner store deli, act as if it's okay. We don't even go to the store. Bananas are 99 cents a pound in the summertime. So to buy 6 bananas probably costs only like 30 cents. In the summertime, in the wintertime, that costs $1 because the prices go up.
Yeah.
Right? But still, 50 cents, we're not asserting ourselves.
Why you say that? We're not asserting ourselves.
Because if you pay that, because he'll sell you that banana for the SNAP coupon for $1.50. You could have bought 2 cans of beans for that, a whole bag of rice for that $1. I don't know.
I see.
So why do you think it's
Sometimes
like that?
convenient, because sometimes it's convenient, right?
All right, so what do you think is the biggest social issue right now that's going on in the city of New York?
The biggest social issue in the city of New York, housing.
Housing, yep.
Housing.
And one of the biggest issues with housing is it's very hard to afford, right?
Yes, and the city itself acts to raise the rent. They create subsidies, and they tell landlords that they'll pay a maximum of, let's give an amount of, for a person, a family of 4, at one time it was $1,500. They'll tell the landlord, the family of 4 is only paying $1,200. They'll tell the landlord, hey, we'll pay you $1,500. He raises the rent to $1,500 right away. That's $300 increase in the rent.
Exactly.
On a subsidy.
Like right now, the subsidies are paying $800 per room. So imagine you have 3 rooms, 888, that's 24. So now a 3-bedroom is now 24, 25. So now it's $800 a room. Back in the days, you could get a room for $500, $600, $400. Now it's $800 because the city's paying $800.
Right, and the city is the one that causes the rent to go up. It's not the landlord saying, oh, the market rates go up, because they settled that with rent stabilization. It's 2%.
Yeah.
So, but
But
tell
this-
the landlord that you're going to pay him $1,500, only charging $1,200, and tell him that all you need is a lease, and you're not even going to question it.
But now they get that tax ID form, so basically the city gets the money back at the end of the year through taxes.
They get the money that they pay out. They charge it as income to the landlord.
Yeah, exactly, which means you got to pay taxes on it. They got to fill out a form where they got to pay taxes on it.
And that's fine, but that's fine. They should pay taxes on it.
So you think the biggest issue in regards to housing is the homeless issue or people maintaining their housing?
I think it works both ways. I think all of them together probably.
They
When
all
it comes
linked
to that
in,
whole
right?
well-being, the whole well-being, all of it together. Because like in NYCHA, we have all of a sudden they still haven't appointed the state moderators or the federal moderators to get rid of the lead.
Yeah, there's a lot of repair issues in NYCHA, especially in the Bronx with that whole rat issue. They got the big rats. And us working in social services, we've known that for a while. You know, we had to do home visits. That was part of the job. And
Right.
the clients always complain about rats, especially in the Bronx. And they had these big, huge, mutated rats that used to chew through the wall, especially in NYCHA.
Right, chewing the walls up, People would have their dressers set up, and it would get chewed out.
My God.
People would cry that it fell down because the rat ate the leg off.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And us working in social services and doing home visits, we always knew that NYCHA, they're historically known for taking long time to do repairs. Like you put in a ticket. For those that don't know what repair in NYCHA, you just don't call the super and they just show up the same day or the next day. You got to put in a ticket, wait till it reaches you, and sometimes it could take a month. Sometimes it takes you going to court, or sometimes it takes you calling 311 over and over and over and over. There's people that's been waiting years for a repair from NYCHA. Like it was a woman, she got so tired of doing repairs and waiting for repairs by NYCHA that she paid for the repairs out of her pocket. And she ended up putting a chandelier in her NYCHA apartment and carpet floors and everything. And she sued NYCHA in court for the money back to reimburse her for the repairs. But she did it as in the fact that she wasn't paying her rent because she was using the money for rent to repair the apartment that NYCHA didn't want to repair. So when NYCHA took her to court for not paying rent, she sued back for the repairs that she did. And they actually deduct the cost of repairs from their arrears.
Excellent. But do not pay your rent, because they can still kick you out.
Yeah, exactly.
Question: do you feel like de Blasio is really targeting this issue?
No, I don't think any of them are.
I
Because
think-
the subsidy right now, they're trying to like market a subsidy which they don't even know what they're doing.
Exactly. There were several subsidies. We had SEPs for single adults eviction prevention services. Then we had the FES for the family eviction prevention services. Then they had the City Fest where the city came and put additional money on it. Now they got city FEHEPs,
Right.
which is now they and it had link for people living in community
Right.
who were in shelter, either the people
Shelter,
that
incarceration, that need a
exactly
place to
and
go
any other
directly
place
home.
exactly. Now they consolidate all those vouchers into one voucher called city FEHEPs, and it's like the city will try. The issue with the city vouchers is this: people don't want to take a security voucher, which basically is an IOU coupon, like in case this person messes up your house, we're gonna pay you a certain amount. Because landlords feel that sometimes they renege on it, or they take a long time to give them their security. It's not like cash in hand where the person violates their lease and you got the security and you just keep it yourself. Yeah, and then on top of that, they feel like the city vouchers are not stable, which means at any time they could just get rid of them, which is what they did recently, and they just switched it over without telling no one.
They started to transition people from one subsidy to another, and now they have a subsidy which they say doesn't target stable subsidized rent. Doesn't. Oh, I'm sorry. Doesn't. Is only for rent controlled apartments. In New York City, there's 25,000 rent controlled apartments. There's 1 million stabilized rent apartments. So that means there's 4 million people versus 1 million people that are actually going to get not helped because they're just saying, oh, you live in a rent stabilized apartment? Well, we don't help you. That's not our subsidy is for.
But the thing is, every day we see buildings go up. So what's the issue?
Exactly. Every day buildings go up. The city is subsidized. People are crying about Google, but we subsidize buildings go up on every other corner.
Yeah, I've been seeing Google a lot in the city now.
And then most of the buildings in the city in the Bronx, they're gentrifying half the west side, all of 170th Street, west of Grand Concourse.
Listen, why is it that they're playing unfair? Gentrification is going everywhere. It's not just New York.
I didn't say it was unfair.
Yeah.
I just said it was something that was happening. And then they're pretending that it's not happening. That it's not happening. Because if we go over on 167th Street, just right on Morris, brand new luxury condo building. Straight across Webster, we see NYCHA apartments. What's going to happen? They're going to tell those people they have to move because they're going to it's going to turn into a co-op maybe, if they get lucky.
Somewhere where?
NYCHA.
In the Bronx, you
Okay.
If they get lucky, it'll turn into a co-op, and the people that are living there will be able to buy their apartments and live and stay there. But then they're the ones that are going to be responsible for the repair costs now.
It's going to be hard on them.
Fix it.
Yeah,
before they buy it.
Because a lot of them don't work anyways.
Right. So that's why it becomes unfair.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think these social service not-for-profits are doing a good job in helping people with these issues?
Well, the organization I work for does nothing to advocate for the tenants. So they fill out application, rent subsidies, they answer questions, but they don't fight for the tenants' rights. They don't go to the DHCR and check to see if the landlord has been raising rent just because. A lot of landlords do that. So we don't fight. The first thing to do would be like to check to see if Sanders' rent has gone up when it shouldn't have. Maybe he shouldn't even be paying this much rent right now. Check that. Okay. Sanders fell behind. We can work on that. That's something else. But we don't. Hey, landlord is charging only $1,200, so we're only going to pay him $1,200. We're not going to let the city pay them $1,500. Raise the rent for everyone around us.
Wow.
They don't try to advocate for the people. They advocate for their pockets.
But listen, de Blasio had a history in regards to helping people, in regards to who live in, who had struggles paying for their rent, or you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
He had a history of that, basically giving people opportunity for affordable housing.
Right.
So was that part of his?
But, okay, so then when we use the word affordable housing, we have to use it in the politically correct sense of the word.
Okay.
Because affordable housing doesn't mean housing that normal people can afford. It means
affordable according to your income.
According to your income, right.
If your income falls within the guidelines of their building.
Whatever the federal level of poverty level is,
Okay.
that is
Okay.
So then, like, people that in the organization I work for right now, their income is 200% below
Okay.
the federal poverty level.
Dirt
Okay.
poor. They live in basically off $225 a month.
Mm-hmm.
$225 a month.
Mm-hmm.
So, usually are these people working?
No, most of the
Most
time
of
they're
them
on the
are not.
welfare.
Welfare, SSI, SSD. Some might be working part-time, but they have kids, they have disability, they really can't work.
So, those who have disability, that's understandable. That
Not
makes
all
sense.
of them.
No.
Some of them are like single mothers, you know, low income, don't work. They live in NYCHA. When we say NYCHA, we're talking about projects for people at home that don't know what NYCHA
Wow.
is. New York City Housing Authority.
So my thing is that, is there any way these organizations help people who want to get out that system?
no.
No.
They don't help you to like empower yourself and get jobs and do things like that. No. They help you
No.
get on a subsidy so you could be more dependent upon the government.
Even if they see you they see that you're progressive, that you want to work.
If you make too much money, then you lose your subsidy, which means the only way that you could really afford your housing is if while you're on welfare for you to go to college and then pay off your debt. But sometimes, like, I don't even think you could go to college sometimes by being on welfare because you got to go to the back to work program.
Right.
But
yeah.
some people get an exempt.
Some people get exempt and they're able to do that. Usually if they have a kid or something.
Wow, that's
but
interesting.
Most people are, it's a way to maintain
But
their
$225 a month living in New York is not even enough.
No.
Yeah, but they get
absolutely
$225 cash. They get like $400 in food stamps, and their rent is only like $50. So,
Wow.
I mean, it's a way to keep you poor. That's why I call it a system. It's systematic, systematic racism.
Wow,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
that's real.
Yeah, there's no empowerment. Absolutely no empowerment. That's
No. And if they
part of what
do,
I got into this organization for, because I thought I was going to be empowering people, helping them
nah.
to like step up. Later on, like, oh wow, thanks. Yeah, I can do this now.
Okay.
It's not that.
Wow.
It's, hey Sanders, so what are you doing? Okay, so sign here. Okay, awesome. Okay, so we'll see what happens, and I'll let you know. Okay. Thanks, Sander.
Yeah, and say for example, you help someone now, 6 or 7, 8 months later, they're right back into the program.
Because nothing you did helped empower them. I've had a few clients where yes, I've been able to like send them to FedCap because I have a friend that works at FedCap. Call up, hey, I got this kid. He wants to work. You know, he's tried this, he's tried that. Can you help him out? Look, a few clients every once in a while. You get a few clients that you can help out that way.
Yeah.
But most of them, it's just they're in and out. They know the system better than you.
Yeah, it's a revolving door. And they know if they make too much, then they won't get that assistance. It's almost like you're either being spoon-fed, breastfed, or you're all in the wilderness by yourself. You either make it or you don't. Like, say, for example, me and him and you, we're in the wilderness by ourselves, as in we have no public assistance, no subsidy, no food stamps. We work, and if we don't work, then we're broke. So we're by ourselves. There's people that they grew up on a system, their mother was on a system, their grandmother was on a system, they inherited NYCHA apartment after NYCHA apartment. Like, they grew up in the house with their grandmother, their mother, and them. So their grandmother died, their mother's there, now they're there, now they have their kids. So it's like, this is the way of living, and this is what they see. So it's like they don't know anything else.
Yeah, what's that word they use when you get apartments? Succession rights.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's an advantage if you were working, right? It would be nice to have your apartment so your family got to live in that apartment forever. But if you're not working and you get succession rights, you're staying in the same apartment, and then NYCHA doesn't fix it, doesn't take care of the property, building around you, and that's the city. The city doesn't do their work.
And there's a lot going on with the city, even all the way down to the MTA. We were speaking about that earlier. There's
They just raised the price.
yeah,
It's a dollar.
but they have to raise the price of MTA because the MTA requires $29 billion worth of repairs. That's going to take 50 years to fix. And New York City only said that they're willing to pay $2 billion out of that $29 billion. So that leaves what, $27 billion? And so far, the state has only committed, I believe, $10 billion. So that leaves. Let me see what I said.
When you say to fix what? To fix the state? The state?
To fix up the MTA, the stations, because the station hasn't been updated since they said 1981 or something.
Okay.
Yeah, so everything is old. They have a lot of signal issues. The trains are too small. Like there's too much people in the city. So you know when there's train traffic or rush hour, a lot of people try to fill up in the train. And say for example, the train's delayed by 2 minutes, it backs up every train that comes after
That's
that.
true, see?
So that 2 minutes becomes 4 minutes, that 4 minutes becomes 6
That's a
minutes,
fact.
6 becomes 12,
Right.
and everything is backed up. And people trying to come in, people trying to come in, people trying to come in. And now the city has been so congested now that they got to get bigger trains now. Like if you ever been on the new L train, it's wider and bigger now.
Yeah.
So that's what they're trying to do. Just like how they got the bigger buses, they got the accordion buses.
Yeah.
Now. Well, before they used to have the regular small bus.
Yeah,
now
facts.
They got that big accordion bus.
Yeah.
That little turns around.
Yeah.
I be scared of those Caterpillar buses.
Now they're official. They're very comfortable.
I'm
Actually,
thinking
now
of
the bus now you could charge your phone now.
Yeah, they got Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I'm expecting for the trains now to start. You could charging your phone too. I mean that's gonna be soon.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, my thing is that I noticed that Japan.
It's gonna cost though. It's gonna cost more because the biggest thing is a lot of people they feel like they can't afford it because a monthly MetroCard now is $121. So that's like a bill almost. So imagine you got all these bills like now a MetroCard almost costs the same as a cell phone bill.
$121 for a month.
Yeah, so that's a bill. That's literally
crazy.
a bill.
Yeah.
So some people's like, oh, they feel like they're gonna have to beg for money just to get on the train now because it got so expensive, and they gotta raise the money because if they don't raise the prices of the tolls, then the MTA is gonna be in even worse shape. Because right now the state controls the MTA. For those that don't know, the state controls the MTA. The state controls New York City subways. So the state has employed a private company called the MTA to run the subway station. So the MTA workers work for the state of New York, not for the city of New York.
Wow.
There's 17 people appointed to the board of directors that runs the MTA. The governor gets a total of 6 delegates that he could nominate to sit on there. The mayor gets 4. Then the other counties, Suffolk County, the other counties,
Yeah.
and Long Island, they each get 2. So that's 2, 4, 6. So that's 6, 6, and 12 plus the 4. That makes how much?
17.
Some 17. No, plus the 1.
Yeah, because the one from
Yeah, 6 and 4 is 10 plus the 6, so that's 16 plus the 1 from the Westchester counties. That's 1. That's 17. So basically, if the state got 6 delegates and the mayor only got 4, they could easily outvote him. And then there's the 2, 4, 6. If they vote even, it's the person with the 1 vote that's the tiebreaker. But it's basically whoever gets the most delegates, they get the most money. So the beef is saying that basically that the state is the one that's running the MTA, so the state should fix it. But they're saying that it's in the city, so the city should fix it. It's basically like the city's the landlord, but the state is leasing the MTA because the city was in debt, so they owed money, and the only way that they could keep the subways open was to give control of it to the state. So now the state is running it. So basically the state, think of it like this: you got a house, right? The house is breaking apart. It needs to get filled, so you rent the bottom part.
Yeah.
Now the bottom part is a store. That store is making more money than what the whole building is worth.
Yeah.
So you telling the store, yo, you making all this money, you gotta fix the first floor. But they're like, no, we're not gonna fix the first floor. You the landlord, you fix it. But you got the money, so why don't you fix it? You're using it. So that's where
That's
the
what
beef
they
is.
should do.
So basically, it's Cuomo versus de Blasio, and they're beefing about that. But the city, because now the city's saying that they're making a lot of money, they have access of $4 billion, but they're only committing $2 billion, which is half, to fix the subways. But the subways gonna cost $29 billion. So it's like, yo, there's $27 billion left to fix.
Sounds like somebody's now projecting how much income they're going to make.
Or somebody's hiding money.
Right. I mean, 50 years from now, that would be all that money, right?
That's crazy. We can just fix it.
$2 billion
We can just
a year.
fix it now.
Right, $2 billion a year.
Who's gonna fix it? Who's paying?
I mean, whoever has the money. I mean, they have the money. So I mean,
That's the beef.
that's crazy. It's greed.
What else could it be?
It's
Right,
greed.
it's just-
Shout out to Marcia
otherwise,
Lewis. She said good night, guys. Good night.
Yo, Eric, you never got back to me, bro. What happened? Let me know what's going on, bro. You told me you were gonna get back to me. You never got back to me on Friday. What happened?
Shout out to everybody watching. Shout out
Let
to
me
all
know
the
what's going on.
viewers.
That's interesting. Wow, I learn something every day.
Yeah, man. I was reading through that.
So I wanted to ask you. So you feel like De Blasio? Like, if you would give a grade for De Blasio, what would you give him, and why? And with Cuomo as well.
I don't really like Cameau.
Why you don't like
I
Cuomo
don't
for?
really like Cameau. I just
You know, this speculation he wants to
feels like
run.
a bad taste in my mouth. That's all there is
I mean, I heard his father was good.
Yeah, I don't know. De Blasio was only good because he was in everybody's face.
Okay.
Yeah, he was like the
always-
people's champ.
Right. He was always in everybody's face about what was going on. It's easy to talk and get things in the water.
With De Blasio.
Right.
He's very down to earth.
Right.
Okay.
But then he was letting things go by all the time.
What you mean let things go by?
NYCHA,
Okay.
He,
Okay.
he was soft.
MTA.
Okay.
The streets, city streets. We didn't start getting those fixed until like last year.
Some people saying that
Right.
like he's too liberal.
Yeah, yo, Eric, you owe me a phone call, bro. Like, seriously, bro. Like, seriously, we can't be wasting time, man.
It's one thing to be like
Mm.
fighting, championing the people's causes, but you got to like make it happen.
Mm. Yeah.
Otherwise, what's the point? You can
Speaking of that, in the company that we used to work for,
That's crazy.
I actually met the mayor while working for the company that we used to work for. And during that time, I spoke on behalf of the entire company in regards to the job that we do and how we help people in regards to the homelessness population. And at that point, there was a huge homeless population problem, and it still is. And that's when the Department of Homeless Services merged with HRA, Human Resource Administration. They made the Department of Social Services. So I guess they felt that if they combined together, then they could help each other. And that's where all these subsidies is coming from, the Department of Social Services. And the mayor put that into action where he's tackling homelessness. But still, some people feel like he's still soft in regards to certain issues. I know that he went hard for the whole traffic, the Vision Zero initiative,
Zero, right.
and they chopping up the streets, and a lot of people are upset because they said that it's causing more traffic, but there is less death. So a lot of people are upset with the mayor in regards to that traffic issue.
But there is less depth, though. That's the key word.
That's important.
That's what counts at the end of the day.
But you know, New Yorkers, they only care about themselves.
I can ride my bike down Grand Concourse and not worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there are a lot of bike lanes now, right?
Yeah, facts. There's nothing wrong with that. I wanted to ask, do you think Cuomo, wants to run? You know that, right, for president as well?
Really?
Yeah. I just wanted to let you know that, to put it out there.
They said that's one of the reasons why he's slowing down on MTA, because he's trying to get promoted to another job.
Yeah.
But they said this MTA situation will make or break him.
Yeah. So I know he wants to run. So do you think there's a possibility he could, kick in the door?
Well,
I mean, Trump won, right?
yeah, I guess anything's possible.
Anything
in
is
that
possible.
sense.
Facts,
Anything
facts,
is possible
yeah.
in that then. But yeah, I mean, if the MTA is one of those bills that's that's over your head,
Okay.
and you didn't pay and you just walked out on.
Do you feel like Michael Bloomberg was better than De Blasio?
Bloomberg was the one that said that people aren't homeless because they're in shelters, wasn't it?
I'm not too sure.
I'm not too
I
sure.
think he's the one that said, "Oh, they're not homeless because they're in shelters."
Probably.
You think so?
I think
Pretty sure.
Bloomberg and Giuliani were not good for people of our color.
Right.
I believe Bloomberg did himself a service where his salary as mayor was only $1 million, but he became the richest person in New York during that time. So in that sense, he looked out for himself. That's why you see a lot of buildings went up, a lot of skyscrapers. You see Bloomberg. His company basically counts the money that's coming into New York. It's similar to Forbes. And they sell a software that calculates the stock market and companies and the incomes of companies. And basically, that's what they do. They count other people's money and see how the market is looking and what's good to invest in and things
Wow.
of that nature. And that's how he makes his money. So, of course, him being the mayor, having that inside information or being able to let certain permits go through, he made the connections for his own company to build it after he left office. But basically, he was like a dictator of New York. He was mayor for basically 10 years or something, right?
Yeah.
Some ridiculousness. He changed the rules just to be mayor for longer, and people were okay with it because he was paying the right people.
That's true.
And Giuliani wasn't good for us because he gave us, he started that stop and frisk,
Facts.
and that put a lot of black men in jail. A lot of black men in jail.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Wow. Interesting. Well, there's different topics to talk about. One topic that I saw on the internet the other day was a situation talking about, I believe, I'm going to tell his name right now. I think his name is Jacques. He basically...
Jacques Way.
Yeah.
Talking about the R&B singer?
Yeah. He basically said that he's the king of R&B. And Tyrese went in, Tank went in, Pleasure B went in,
Pleasure P.
Pleasure P went in. and I wanted to get your thoughts about that. I mean, is he the king of R&B? I don't think he's the king of R&B.
No, of course not. Of course not.
I don't think he's the king of R&B.
I wouldn't go there. I wouldn't go there for sure.
No,
Yeah.
but I think he just said that for attention and it worked. You know?
You think so?
Yeah, cloud chaser. He knows he's not. What has he done? I don't even think he put out a full album yet.
Facts.
I don't think he ever went platinum yet. I don't think he ever did a full tour yet. So come on.
Yeah, because there's a lot of better artists than him.
He haven't even did a Scream tour. Come on. He's
a lot of, yeah.
Just chill out. He signed to Birdman, so he's trying to bring Cash Money back to life. He needed to chill out somewhere.
Facts.
Think he's trying to bring Cash Money Records back to life?
Yeah, Jacquees. Rich Homie Quan put Jacquees on. And Rich Homie Quan only fell off because of his label situation that backed up his things. And Rich Homie Quan has platinum plaques for like 3 songs, I believe. My Nigga, Some Type of Way. And that ooh.
That song's hard.
Yeah. But Jacquees ain't got no platinum plaques.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
Not
Cash
that I
Money
know.
Records is not. That's not their music.
Yeah.
Is it the
Is
music?
it on you? Where is he going to get the artist to fill it?
Who talking about who? Under the Wing?
For Cash Money Records.
I guess.
We're talking about hard rap.
Yeah.
No, but they produce great artists. For example, they promoted Drake.
No, but I think what he's saying is Cash Money does not really promote R&B music.
No, it doesn't. Usually hip hop.
Yeah, they
Rap,
mostly
hip hop.
rap.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
for him to say that, it just doesn't make sense. But
That's
he's
facts.
just looking to start a conversation. He's trying to make himself relevant. He's trying to stay in the news. He builds clout. Because nowadays, attention is worth more than dollars. Because they said that basically, like a perfect example is YouTube. Like Leo Cohen was saying, basically that you pay by watching now. Just like streaming, you pay by listening. It's based on how many times your song is played or how many times your movie is watched. That's how much times you get paid.
Mercy.
Yeah, you don't get paid by dollars no more.
Definitely,
I mean,
definitely.
You get paid with dollars, but
Right.
they more so looking for viewership.
So 23,000 views. So what do you think? How much like viewership? You know,
To get attention, I think the millions, honestly.
that's crazy.
Or if we're doing hundreds of thousands on the regular, like 100,000, 200,000, 250,000 on the regular, then we're making noise. You know, we still at, I don't want to say we're still at the bottom, but we're still building traction. Because remember when we first used to get 1,000 views?
Yeah.
First those used to be hype.
Yeah. But now it's like crazy. Like I mean, last week was like just 23,000. Yeah. That's crazy. Just yeah.
But we still working, man. Now we gotta focus on 50,000. Then from 50 we get to 100.
Yeah.
100 we double 200, and then eventually if we get like 500,000, a million, then we go viral. Then we could get producer credits, and that's when the money gonna start coming in. You know.
That's
So
real.
just gotta hustle. The people gotta share it. People gotta like it. Show
No,
their
definitely,
friends. Let them
definitely.
know. You know.
That's
Stuff like
real.
that.
That's real.
hmm You heard about that 6ix9ine situation recently about
Yeah.
how they have a video of them committing a robbery because 6ix9ine recorded it.
But you know what's so crazy? My man Punch said a couple of things. He said a lot of things you need to believe, and also to DJ Academics is destroying the culture tremendously in regards to getting talking about situations that he don't know about.
So he's snitching, you saying?
Yeah, he's not from the streets. He know nothing about the streets. That's why a lot of rappers are always getting on him and everything like
But
that.
a lot of these rappers are not from the streets neither.
No, I mean like which rappers like I mean I know Drake is not from the street. Like which rappers not from the streets?
A lot of them.
Like who?
A lot of them are faking. All right, a perfect example. You remember Ja Rule? His whole career was he was a gangster. He was a gangster. And then 50 came out and was like, you was none of a gangster. You was a Jehovah's Witness. You soft, this and that. Oh, you make songs for girls, and they destroyed his whole career.
Okay.
So sometimes that happens. You create a whole false persona. Then someone that knows you come up in and expose you. That happens all the time.
I hear you. But
But Tekashi wasn't street. He just had a bunch of street dudes around him.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah, a lot of people do that,
What,
too.
what Punch said was, he said that, I mean, from what he said, that it's not a situation where guys really want to threaten his life. It's I mean, they're not really coming at him like that. It's really the system and everything. And I mean, I believe that Tekashi's gonna come out. I don't know about the others. But I think, Tekashi's definitely going to come out and everything like that real soon. So
it's going to cost them a lot, though.
yeah, it is. It is. I know that for a fact he doesn't want to take the plea deal. You know what I'm saying?
What's the plea right now?
Well, I don't know what it is exactly, but it's off the table, but he wants to go for trial. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, Good luck, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, once you don't beat trial, you're doing football numbers, man. You know what I'm saying?
What you guys think about
What? Yeah,
exactly.
man. It's real, man.
What do you guys think about Kim Kardashian recently opened up about her ecstasy use? She said she used to do ecstasy. During the sex tape with Ray J, she was high on ecstasy, and that it was her mother that told her to stop taking ecstasy. What do you think about that? Do you think she was brave for sharing that, or she's just looking for more attention?
I commend her for what she's doing in regards to her being transparent, but these people are rich, man. They're ultra rich. They're making money. I know little things they do here and there, but I really, I'm not really too hype about the Kardashians and everything like that. I feel like they fed off their father, who was a prominent lawyer, and you know what I'm saying. But I'm not really too hype about them, to be honest with you. You feel me? I feel like they exploit. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they shouldn't even be out there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm saying, because there's a lot of people that are rich. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But they're
I'd
like,
rather be listening to, watching.
yeah, exactly. Or actually doing something for the community. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they're just damaging the culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not knocking them. Like, you making your money, you're rich.
She got that one lady out of jail. The lady.
No, I think that's a beautiful thing. I think she's doing is phenomenal in regards to what she's doing. But like I said, I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, if you have power, you should be using your power to doing good. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, some people, they're upset because they feel like they flaunt their wealth a lot. Like, but they did help, like, in a sense, when they had the California wildfires. They hired a team of private firefighters to, fight the fire, which they were trying to protect their house. But in the process, they saved a lot of other homes.
Facts.
As well. And people felt like, oh, they're just showing off their money. They hired their own private firefighters. And then after that, they ran a whole Boeing jet that could fit they said 100, 200 people or 300 people just for them. And he was like, oh, they're still showing off their wealth. Honestly, I was listening to TD Jakes today. He was talking to Charlemagne, and Charlemagne was like how oftentimes when he does things great, or when he throws a concert, or he has an event, he sees all these people show up and he feels like he doesn't deserve it. And I feel that way too sometimes. I'm surprised at the people that pop out, the people that support, the people that, come to my sermons or even support the things that we do. I'm like, wow, what did we do to deserve this? But then TD Jakes said that, like, when God blesses you, it's best to accept it, because if you keep denying it, you keep pushing it away, eventually you're going to lose it, either because you're going to self-sabotage yourself, and you're going to lose it, or you're going to wish bad on yourself, and then you're going to end up losing it too. So it's best to just accept the blessing, because none of us really deserve the blessings, but because God is so good, he allows us to accept those blessings, and he blesses us because he's a good God. So that's basically what he was trying to say, and I think it makes a lot of sense, and they're blessed,
That's a fact. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I just feel like, you know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie, I wish I had that type of money.
Nah, facts. I mean, I just feel like, when you have that type of money, I just feel like, like, for example, like Akon, he's a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? But look, he's doing good across the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
mean, they went to Africa, Kanye and Kim Kardashian.
What did they do when they went to Africa?
They gave white Yeezys to the kids in Africa.
Come on, man. It's talking about, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, it's about doing the greater good. You know what I'm saying? Your place in position of power is to do good. You know what I'm saying?
So what would you do if you was...
I would help people.
If you was in their power. What would be one of the first things you'd do?
Well, like I said, the diaper tour would be my first thing I would do. I would want to do that.
Explain to people what the diaper tour is.
Well, like I said, there's a lot of mothers out here who are struggling in the community, who don't really have the funds to buying needs for their babies. And I think I know that diapers are very expensive. They cost a lot of money. Mm-hmm. And I feel like if you could give a mother like 2 months worth of diapers, that's a lot. That's a lot. It's a lot. So I think that's... Yeah, I think that's something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And whoever comes first. Get. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that. Also, too, like their basic needs, like for like places in Haiti, like internationally, for example, kids don't have laptops. For us, laptops are nothing. You know what I'm saying? Would it be an honor just to send these young people at least 60,000 or 70,000 laptops? You know what I'm saying? That's something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you giving laptops away. You know what I'm saying? I mean, different needs that are out there that we can meet in regards to helping people and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Or, allowing, a town like, talking to the government. Eventually you're going to talk to the government and just, building lights. Because there's places across the world that just don't have lights. You know what I'm saying? 24 to 24, like Haiti.
Fact.
So, yeah, I just want to just do things like that. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with, going out, drinking, having a good time, going to your favorite. Actually, I want to give a shout out to this Indian couple. They just paid Beyonce a lot of money. There was no estimation exactly.
Probably $1 million.
Yeah, exactly, to come and perform for their wedding. Like, nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? Going out, buying all the sneakers that you want, all the jeans that you want. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, too, you want to be able to help your community and help people who want to get out their situation and give them an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, young man, you're brilliant, you're talented, you want to work. I want to sponsor you. I want to make an investment in you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, going around and who's sleeping with what and this is sleeping with who. It's like it's just dumb to me. You know what I'm saying? Just does dumb to me. You know what I'm saying? So.
What about you, Richard? If you was that rich, what would you do?
Wow. If I was that rich,
Use the mic.
Oh, if I guess I'd probably want to do the same kind of thing, is just help families out. I think education, schooling is very important. I know in Costa Rica, even like with a lot of my clients, a lot of older clients, 3rd grade, 4th grade is the highest that they've gone to school. And in Latin American countries, that is 4th, 5th grade, 6th grade. A lot of us now are going into high school. Yay! Graduating, going into college. But schooling, education, just simple things like technology, having a phone. My mom, she doesn't have any idea how to use a phone other than to press the red button to answer it.
You mean the green button?
The green button.
Yeah.
The green button.
The red button.
The red one hangs up. Right.
Yeah.
But things like that.
Yeah.
Clothing is always a necessity.
Yep. Food
Food
is also a necessity too. Yes. Yep.
Those kind of things. A bicycle. I would love to give away bicycles. I think cars scare me. Cars.
No, that's something.
But bicycles.
Yeah, that's a need.
You could pass those out.
That's a need.
People can get to work back and forth.
Yeah, that's a need. That's a need. That's a need.
I'd go wash my clothes on my bike. So.
That's a need. That's a need.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like that's what it's about. Like there's a lot of problems in the world that can be solved. You know what I'm saying? Like poverty can be solved. You know what I'm saying? There was a billionaire who talked about that. You know what I'm saying? You can still help people in poverty situations and not lose a dime from what you're doing and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? So, I feel like, there's man-made problems that are problems that it could be solved by man-made solutions and everything like that. And I just feel like greed is the problem. You know what I'm saying? I'm not against, like I said, I want to just be clear. I'm not against about getting gold chains, getting gold watches, going out having a good time, supporting your favorite artists. I'm not against that at all because there's a time for everything. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot of needs that needs to be met in the world. You know what I'm saying? Especially in Brooklyn alone, the Bronx. You see it. You know what I'm saying? And people are talented. People are gifted.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? People just need opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I'm just saying, man. I don't have time. That's why I love Remy Ma and her husband. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They promote. Huh?
They have time.
Yeah. No. But they give back.
Right.
They give back.
They have the time to do it.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They're making money.
Stuck in this trap where we got to work 24 hours.
Exactly.
And a little bit we try to do.
Yeah.
That we get to do.
Yep.
Almost seems like it's not enough every day.
That's true.
Guys, this comes from international news, right? They said in the month of November in South Sudan, over 125 women and girls were raped, according to Doctors Without Borders. It seems like there's a horrific spike in the rape, and I guess they're using it as a weapon out there. And that's sad. Like, what do you guys think of that? Like, because we know rape has been a tool of war and intimidation for years. What a lot of people don't know is during World War I, World War II, Vietnam War, any war you ever seen, one of the tools that they use is rape, and that's including soldiers in our army, they have gone over and raped other women in countries too.
Facts.
This is documented information. Even during the World II, after World War II was over, America, they occupied Japan for a couple of years, and they were raping so much women that Japan set up a whole agency called the Comfort Agency to supply the U.S. soldiers with prostitutes so that they could sleep, so they could stop defiling their women. Because, you know, in Japan, they're very heavy about respect and, you know, courtesy and things of that nature. So they hired a whole comfort department, they called it, to comfort these soldiers so they could stop raping the women. But it was so bad because there was such a spread of syphilis and gonorrhea and other STDs that they had to shut it down, and they didn't stop. And this was a regular thing up until the United Nations, I believe, they placed in a law, which means that you could be tried up to death for doing that as a war crime. But in countries like Sudan, obviously, it's still going on. So what's your guys' thoughts on that?
It's a sad situation. It's a really sad situation. It shouldn't happen. And like I said, you know, we have to fight more for women's rights. You know what I'm saying?
Every one of those women is a mother, a daughter.
Exactly. It could be a
child.
cousin, and exactly. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, the president's not a good armor bearer to be speaking in the behalf of women who are hurting and everything like that. Yeah.
They're saying rape has widely been used as a weapon in South Sudan. There was a civil war that lasted 5 years where nearly 400,000 people were killed.
Man.
And there's a growing number of sexual assaults. So it's kind of crazy.
We have a lot of work to do, man.
Absolutely.
We have a lot of work to do.
Would you be comfortable going to a place like Sudan?
To doing the work?
Yeah.
I would have to have security. But yeah, we have a lot of work to do. There's a lot of work to do, man.
So what do you guys feel about this whole, because I know women, they deal with a lot, and that's kind of a big issue right now in the U.S. with the whole Me Too movement. And when we see serious cases like this in Sudan, where it's like very, very serious, and we see how sometimes in America, how it's taken almost like a joke at times, where women like, oh, this guy said something provocatively sexy to me 10 years ago, I'm suing today. Or they're like, oh, this guy brushed past me 5 years ago, and I'm feeling the way today, and I want to sue. But there's women that's getting pulled into the bushes and being clubbed by 10, 20, 15 men, and they're scared to death. Their body don't feel the same. And where's the voice for them? Where's their Me Too, you know? Does anyone care?
Man, they should care. They should care, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And don't we, in the United States, we are a country that allows people that are victims of sexual war crimes to be refugees here, so that we have a lot of refugees here from all over the world. I'm sure most of them, like we've already discussed, we are the engenderers of that violence in the world.
Yeah.
And then these people end up having to come here after we poke them over there. So it's, I mean, the United States is, besides men being men,
A lot of work to do.
rude to women all the time.
That's true.
The United States is the largest
Yep.
contributor to all these crimes.
That's
all over
right.
the
That's
world.
right. I want to also piggyback up to something else too. There was a situation that happened in regards to this year for hip hop. They said that just this year alone, we've lost 26 rappers that were killed through drugs and killing.
Wow. And everybody talking about Offset and Cardi B breaking up and Nicki Minaj being a child molester and having no Grammy nominations. So
Yeah, but a lot of
Wow.
yeah. I mean, we need
that's
to-
why they always say if you're a rapper, move out your neighborhood, because it be people that know you or people closer to you that's the ones that's you know
That's a
jealous
fact.
and envious and they hate on you and they want to take you out the game.
That's
You
a
know,
fact.
sometimes you just gotta leave. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Yellow Beezy. Yellow Beezy, he's from Dallas, Texas, and he was a rapper. And he went to a strip club that he wasn't supposed to go to, and on his way home, he was driving home. They shot at him, I think, like 25 times.
He died, right?
No, I think like 8 bullets hit him. 1 bullet went in, came out. A few bullets came out.
Survived.
Yeah, he survived. Surprisingly, so thank God for that.
And what he
But
said about the situation.
he was saying that a lot of rappers was telling him to move, like Kevin Gates, Lil Bootsy, a lot of those other rappers, like, yo, you gotta leave Dallas. Like right now, you making too much money, you a target. Like even some of us, you know, like me, I grew up in Canarsie. When I came to America from Haiti, I lived in Bushwick, then I grew up to Canarsie. I grew up in Canarsie, you know. living the life I did. Like I had friends in Canarsie, I had enemies in Canarsie, but I knew once I had to raise my family, I had to get up out Canarsie. I still stop by, but sometimes you just gotta move different,
Do you feel like rappers who give back to the community, do you feel like they get targeted or no? What do you think?
I would say, go ahead, Richard, answer it.
I don't know, they give back.
Yeah, give back.
Yeah, no, I don't think rappers that give back. I think rappers that go and try to front
Yeah.
and then put on a show and then act like they're giving back.
Okay.
They get targeted.
Yeah.
Because everyone sees that their generosity is not real.
Yeah.
Then yes.
Okay, that's real. That's what I was about to say.
I think,
Because I know Brother Polite be going to the 90s all the time.
and what has he given back to the 90s?
What I know for a fact is that he's always giving people, from my knowledge of what I see, I feel like he's genuine and he's very caring. I know that he's always motivating, brothers or sisters to be better in a holistic form of way. That's giving back in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
So for Thanksgiving, what he did?
I don't know.
For Christmas,
I don't know. I don't know.
For
I
the
gotta
winter,
ask
what he
him.
did?
I don't know. But all I know is that in regards to holistically, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, giving back is you could give back in different ways, you know what I'm saying?
He gives back knowledge. I could say
Knowledge,
that.
you know what I'm saying? Give back knowledge.
But he could give back physical things too.
I understand. I mean, it's all on his choice, you know what I'm saying? Not everybody's different.
Last time I spoke to him, he was saying he wanted to open up bookstores in Crown Heights, where people could come in and they could rent books and buy books, and also receive holistic knowledge and things of that nature.
Yeah.
They could buy herbs and stuff of that nature. That's something that he was talking to me about when I spoke to him a couple months ago. I haven't spoken to him since, so I don't know what's the status of that. But he was talking about he wants to get into business in regards to that. I'm just telling you how it is, man. It is what it is.
Like I said, to each his own. But in regards to, like, I know knowledge and just awareness, I know that's how he gives back. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? And I can't knock him. I can't knock him for that. You know what I'm saying? I know people get on him because he left the neighborhood. They feel like he should be doing more. That's something that he has to face himself. You know what I'm saying? So I can't speak of other people, but I know for a fact that every time I see him, it's always love, it's always respect. I'm not asking for no handouts, but I respect that he's always, giving people knowledge, how to make money, how to, have equity, all that. He's always talking about that. So everybody has their own calling. You feel what I'm saying?
So let me ask you a question, right? You see how we talk. We got a talk show, and we talk as in we preach in the church, but we also have hands on the ground, boots on the ground. I'm sure that if you were just talking, people wouldn't respect it as much as
that's a
actually
fact.
putting in work.
That's a fact. I agree. Like I said, I can't speak for individuals. Like I said, everybody has a choice to make everybody has a choice to make in regards to themselves. You know what I'm saying? I can't speak for people. I can only speak for what I do, and I can speak. You can speak for what you do. You know what I'm saying?
You're doing a great job.
You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you. But like I said,
You too, Richard.
I could only speak for that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like, I mean, it is what it is. You feel me? Some guys, unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, and I'm not, throwing shade to him. Some guys forget where they come from. Some people just become rich, and they just leave everything. You know what I'm saying? Leave everything because they know what the environment is. You know what I'm saying? But I think the reason why he comes back a lot is because of the mere factor that, like I said, he's always showing love to the guys. He's always empowering the guys to be better and everything like that, and motivating them and everything like that. Like I said, everybody has their own lane. You know what I'm saying?
But people get rich and switch, or they get money and act funny.
I think it's both. I think it's both. You know what I'm saying? So
God willing, that doesn't happen to us. Man.
I don't think so because I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even have it we don't even have it like that. And the heart is right. You know what I'm saying? And I know when I was in college and I was making a little bit more extra money. You know what I'm saying? I love to see a person smile. I love to give people hope. I love to touch people. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, be careful with touching people.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean, bro. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I love to do that. So I love to help people, love to build people, love to inspire people, love to motivate people. I love, especially when I make my Sunday calls, people tell me the good things that I'm doing and just keep doing that. Just don't forget, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, don't let nobody abuse what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's a beautiful thing to giving back to the community, you know what I'm saying? But I know that for him, that's his thing. His thing is motivating, helping brothers, you know what I'm saying?
So talking.
Tariq has his own thing too. Tariq Nashad has his own thing. He focuses on Black empowerment documentary.
If he's trying to, his videos on YouTube is for free, but at the same time, if you want personal chats with him, it's about $200 an hour. I heard.
Who's that?
With Brother Polite, for him to give you one-on-one knowledge.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, to each his own. Like I said, you know what I'm saying? I can't speak for another man. I can only speak for what we're doing, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I know for that he's respected because back in the day he used to put in work in the streets, and he turned his life around, and he found a situation with building the women that he's around, his wives, you know what I'm saying? Which is a smart, I think that's beautiful. It's like a lion concept with lioness. That's great. Lionesses, you know what I'm
Alright,
saying?
guys, enough about
No, I'm talking about, I think that's a beautiful concept. Like,
More than one wife?
listen, in regards to having more than one wife, I wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just talking about, I think that's a real idea. Making money. Like, you having businesses with your wives and everything like that, and making money. You know what I'm saying? Having
Love is
partners.
love, family is business.
I don't see nothing wrong with that. I mean, he's successful in what he does, and I'm not knocking another black man of him attaining that. You know what I'm saying? I just would recommend that, you know what I'm saying, that any person in their community, when you attain success, you know what I'm saying, that, it's more than just talk. You just give back, you know what I'm saying, any way that you can. You know what I'm saying?
But if you want to give back to the real word, that's www.gofundme.com/the-real-word. That's www.gofundme.com/the-real-word. You could at Brother Polite and tell him to donate to the real word. He was supposed to work with us, but we haven't heard from him. Well, I haven't heard from him, so it is what it is. But enough about him, or he's gonna have to cut the check because this is free promo for him. Richard, any closing thoughts you would like to say?
No, I'm really happy that I got to come by here. I'm really happy I got to come by here. Surprised. Thank you very much. Had a good time.
Any closing words?
No.
No?
No. I wish everybody well during the holidays. Christmas is coming, and New Year's is coming, and we all have our minds set on all kinds of other things that are going to happen. Just live day to day, and just remember that we got today. Yesterday already passed, and if tomorrow comes, it's all good. If not, we're right here right now. Facts.
Not actually, my friend, to keep fighting a good fight, man. I know it's not an easy fight, but somebody has to do it, and I thank you for doing it.
Well, thank you, Rickard. Thank you for doing that. You cause a lot of trouble.
Sanders, closing thoughts?
Man, it was good to be here tonight, as always. It's an honor.
All right, shout out to Buju Banton. He got released after 9 years. He's another one that got caught up in that conspiracy charge. He did 9 years for just talking too much, bragging about selling dope. He was the Jamaican Rick Ross. He just got caught. Shout out to shout out to my cousin Henry. His documentary debuted Sunday in Orlando. Shout out to Henry. He got great reviews. A lot of my family members popped out. My deepest apologies for not being able to pop out, man. Rest in peace to my cousin Kimberly Verdu, man. She lost her life at 26, and that's just a wake-up call for a lot of you guys to appreciate life. Love one another while they're here. Don't hold grudges. Funerals don't count. Spread love now. You already know. To show love to the people while they're alive. Make sure you get checked regularly by your doctor, and that's about it, man. Just hold your head. Stay positive. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Sanders, close us with.
Father, we thank you for what you're about to do through us and for us. Keep us in your love. In Jesus' name we do pray. Amen.
Amen, guys. So we
Peace.
see you next week. You can holler at us. The email is therealwordtv@gmail.com. That's therealwordtv@gmail.com. If you have any questions, suggestions, or if you want to come on the show, you can email us at therealwordtv@gmail.com. Subscribe to the YouTube, www.youtube.com/therealword. That's youtube.com/therealword. We on TV every Thursday at 4 p.m. on the Brick Network. Check your local listings on Spectrum, Verizon, and Optimum. And we on Facebook Live every Monday at 7:30, 8 o'clock around that time. And we on IG at The Real Word TV. So take care, people. Good night.